Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman here, and we're coming to you from remote. Actually, I'm at High Caliber Karting in Okemos, Michigan, and we're going to run down to the Ann Arbor area, spend a little time with, well, this is going to answer your questions. What do past governors actually do with their time? And here's a guy who didn't go fishing. You all remember Governor Rick Snyder, and is involved, as he always has been, in startups, venture capital, whatever the case may be. And now on to cybersecurity. Governor, it's always good to see you. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Chris, and it's wonderful to be with you again. Yeah, I can't hold down a job, so I'm on my 5th career.
That's one thing all of us entrepreneurs share, you know, we're always looking for work. So let's talk about your latest venture, SensCy. Tell us what that is.
Yeah, well, I found some great colleagues that I'd worked with previously here in the Ann Arbor area, and we all had a passion for cybersecurity. We looked at the marketplace and found there is virtually no one helping small and medium-sized organizations. And how do you define that? Most organizations don't have sophisticated IT people. And if you don't know how to go out in the market and get these fancy technology tools and put them all together and know how to use them. You need humans to help you, and you need real people that can communicate and work with you. And that's what we do. Because most organizations, these smaller organizations, and there are millions of them, have, a part-time IT person, maybe one full-time one, or they use a third party, a managed service provider, who are also great people, but they're not cybersecurity experts. And we want to be that virtual cybersecurity officer presence for them.
Well, it's interesting because one of the major mistakes I see small businesses making, saying, we've got IT people, we'll do it internally, which can be one of the biggest mistakes they can make.
Yeah, and again, it's interesting that people always put cyber in with IT, but they're actually two different things. I mean, IT is, getting your systems working, running your systems. Cybersecurity is about protecting yourself, and it's a full-time occupation in its own right. And that's our specialty. So we want to complement good IT people and work with them, but be that presence to keep people safer.
So tell me a little bit about why SensCy would be a differentiation from anybody else there that might be doing similar work.
Yeah, well, part of it is there aren't people doing similar work in this marketplace. I can tell you that, Chris, and I encourage people, if you find somebody, let me know. But usually there's a lot of cybersecurity companies, but they tend to do high-tech tools, and you have to be sophisticated to use them. And again, that goes back to those larger organizations. They may have people that can do that. The only other people doing things are some managed service providers do part of their work in cybersecurity. They're not dedicated to cybersecurity typically, or you can find consulting firms that are going to charge a whole lot of money. Where our goal is to be a trusted guide over the long term, to sort of, again, be your, cybersecurity guide during this and to help you be safer.
So tell me a little bit about some of the misconceptions of cybersecurity, because there are a lot of people who just plain don't understand it.
Well, again, I tell people one of the things we try to do is make sure we have human interaction with companies, not just bots or technology tools. And one of the biggest misconceptions is it's not just about technology. Most successful cyber attacks happen because of human problems, people making mistakes. So I tell people, don't focus just on technology. It's about training people, changing your culture, being proactive about cybersecurity, and making your whole team part of it. And that we help people do that.
I've heard you speak before on cyber hygiene. Tell us a little bit about what that is and what that means.
Yeah, cyber hygiene is, what's your cyber health? How healthy are you? Are you doing good things to detect cyber threats, to protect yourself, to recover if you have a problem? And our focus is to make you have a proactive culture in your organization to improve your cyber hygiene and to do it in a time frame that works for you. You're not going to do 15 things overnight if you get recommendations. We're there to help say, here's the priorities you should take them in. Here's how we can help you do them. Here's tools we have to get you there.
So tell me, SensCy, they offer something called SensCy Score. What exactly is that?
Yeah, it's a really cool thing. It's basically like you get a FICO score, you get a credit score for your credit health. A SensCy Score is 30 to 40 questions that collect over 100 data points, and will tell you your cyber health in English. So it's not Martian, like much cyber discussion. So most people could understand this. And we actually do that free, no obligation to tell people where they're at. So if you have listeners out there that want a SensCy Score, have them go to our website, sign up, and we'll give them a SensCy Score. And it makes it real for people. Because if you just talk cyber, too often it's like, whoa, way out there. This makes it tangible to understand, are you doing good or bad? We think you should be around 800 on a 1,000-point scale, and most organizations are going to probably run 400 to 600. We've seen as low as 16, though.
Wow. I thought you weren't going to share my score. Rick, you've been out in the marketplace a little while now. Tell me how you've been received.
Very well. We have a couple dozen clients, and they're very, very happy. We're doing a lot of increasing marketing, webinars, different information. So if you go to our website, you can find lots of ways to learn a lot about cyber in an understandable fashion. And I would encourage organizations to then take that leap, because we do it for a simple, flat monthly fee.
Unbelievable. Well, former Governor Rick Snyder, and I'm glad to say friend, Rick Snyder, CEO of SensCy in Ann Arbor. Rick, it's always good to see you.
Great to see you, Chris. Take care.
All right. Keep up the good work. You're watching the Michigan Business Beat right here on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman. Stick around. We'll be back with more.